And so with all that with those engines fired up, now it's time to get to the starting grid for tonight's event here at Pocono Raceway. We're going to begin it all here with the front row, obviously. Where else were we'd start? Wow, that was a terrible way to start this. But anyways, the number 3 Toyota of Dylan Baum starting on the pole. To his outside. Wow, this guy actually, he's been consistent. Still needs to grab a couple more top 5s podium finishes. This might be his night to finally grab a podium finish. It's the number 9 BMW of Jose Mercado. And now moving along here to a consistent guy in the number 97 Toyota of Ty Higginbottom starting third. Now, just outside the podium here, the number 17 Honda Corbin McCauley, who will be looking to earn 2 victories in a row. Again, it'd be 2 oval victories in a row. That wouldn't be too shabby for him. Moving on now to the bottom of the top 5, where we have the number 32 Chevrolet, a points leader, Charlie Sears, who won the first of the twin races last Tuesday at Iowa. And to his outside, the number 10 Rolls-Royce of Jason Butler, who looked fast in practice. Moving along now here, that's a lot closer of an angle, much better instead of the blimp. The chopper's much better. The number 2 Ford of Daniel Cudmore starts 7th, and the number 12 Audi of Mike Marini will start in 8th. Moving on now to rounding out the top 10, where we have the number 77 Chevrolet of Hunter Young and the number 1 BMW of C.D. Magram. And then we have the number 80 Chevrolet of Mark Ouellette starting 11th, and to his outside we have the number 15 Toyota of Kyle Knoll. And to wrap it all up, I don't think he even put in a qualifying time at all or something like that. The number 7 Rolls-Royce of Andy Hurdle, looking to rebound after some unfortunate luck at Iowa last week. He did finish, I believe it was 4th in the first race, but then the second race was a lot more of a different story, where he finished towards the back. It might have even been last. But with all that being said, that is the starting grid here for tonight's first annual Pocono 250. Again, Dylan Baum, Jose Mercado on the front row as everyone heads down, slowly paces down the, I guess you could call it the back straightaway. And so it's actually going to be I said 12 cars earlier, it's actually going to be 13 cars going out here tonight once again, just like last week. Everyone behind the iRacing official pace car going through turn 2, heading towards turn 3, or you could say turn 4, whatever you want to put it. The what turn 4? So coming off the final corner, under pacing one last time, everyone will come onto the front straight away. The pace car will roll off, and we will get underway with the third to last race of Season 2 for the Canadian Motorsports Network Dart Series on iRacing. It's time to fire down towards the end of the season. Here we go. The green flag's waving. Dylan Baum with quite the jump. We are underway here tonight at the Pocono Raceway. Dylan Baum gets quite the jump. We're going to be almost 3 wide here heading into the first couple corners. Lots of close action going on here around towards the 3rd through about 6th or so. Again, 100 laps, 250 miles. This one's going to be a long one, but also certainly a close one as well. As wow, way up high the track, there goes Jason Butler in the number 10. Into the final corner, Dylan Baum with quite the lead. Pretty much 7/10 right there, 8/10 really. So kind of some close action going on back here as there is Daniel Cudmore and C.D. Magrum going at it for the 7th position. Look at the draft that everyone's getting here down the front straightaway. Jose Mercado in close behind Charlie Sears for the 4th position. Everyone goes out single file. Daniel Cudmore high up the track, though. That's going to help lead Mike Marini past him on the inside. They're actually still going to be side by side. Cudmore might be able to clear him, as a matter of fact. And he will. So Dylan Baum way out ahead in that number 3 SimLeaguePro.com Team 44 Racing Toyota. There's another Toyota right there in Ty Higginbottom in behind on the front straightaway, a second and a half back. Corbin McCauley half a second back of him here now in lap 3 of 100. Side-by-side action here. It's Jason Butler versus Jose Mercado for the bottom of the top 5. Butler way up the track. Mercado's going to get the run here. Will he look to the inside? Yes, he will. C.D. Magrum almost going to make it 3 wide, but I think he decided to keep it smart and stay in behind. He will. He'll kind of slide up towards the outside there. Oh, and he's going to really dive it in low under Jose Mercado here for the 6th position as Butler hangs on to 5th. Again, it's kind of the same pattern we saw last week. There was a lot of midfield action throughout both races at the Iowa Speedway. Here at Pocono, on the other hand, kind of the same thing, and the leader pulling out. Again, that was Charlie Sears in race 1. We're seeing that here with Dylan Baum this time around on lap 4. Baum ahead by, again, 2 seconds. Ty Higginbottom and Corbin McCauley close together for the 2nd position. The number 17 looking to make a run here on the U.S. Air Force Toyota. Here comes the Hurricanes eMotorsports Honda looking to make something happen here as Charlie Sears is actually starting to catch up to them. We might have a 3-way battle here for the 2nd position. Still close action right there. Baum's still continuing to pull away well over 2.5 seconds now. But 3 cars close together as McCauley's going to take the 2nd position. Higginbottom falls back to 3rd. Looks like Hunter Young and it looks like Daniel Cudmore's really starting to fall back here in behind almost everyone except for Mark Ouellette. Kyle Nolan and Andy Hurdle almost side by side there for the 10th position. Hurdle's going to clear for 10th. He'll make his way into the top 10. Trying to make his way up from the final position. Meanwhile, still close action here from 2nd through 4th, the 17, 97, and the 32. Absolutely going at it. Again, McCauley has had an inconsistent season, but he's been racking off a couple wins, particularly oval wins as of recently. Ty Higginbottom has been taking advantage of all consistency so far. And again, looking at his statistics here so far, I mean, 6 top 5s, 9 top 10s. You can say nice all you want there, but I mean, Higginbottom has had only 1 race with a finish outside the top 10. He's had a couple podium finishes, couple runner-ups. Finished runner-up, of course, last week. So trying to earn 2 podium finishes in a row here tonight. And then, of course, you got the points leader in Charlie Sears. Gonna absolutely take note here of Jason Butler, who has had a very up and down season and only has 1 top 5 all season so far. I mean, he got a 7th back at Road America on November 21st, but now here he is in 5th at Pocono looking to earn a 2nd top 5 finish. But he's got a lot of company behind him with Jose Mercado and C.D. Magrum looking to charge against him. Meanwhile, McCauley and Higginbottom still pretty close here for the 2nd position. Lap 8 of 100, still Dylan Baum. He's really extending that lead now. It's almost it's well over 3.5 seconds. Absolute sheer dominance by him so far, so he'll have to keep his fingers crossed that he doesn't make a mistake or anything. Again, 5 top 5s, 7 top 10s this season so far. And again, looking at his statistics, he started off the season terrific with 3 wins within the first 5 races, and then he had a couple finishes outside the top 10. 9th at Road America, was able to pull off back-to-back podium finishes at Iowa, including a pole. And then again, earned the pole here tonight. So not too shabby from the rookie, who again started off, at one point he was like, I don't remember if it was like 30 or 50 points or something above second place. But now on the other hand, McCauley's in the wall, as Charlie Sears was getting past him for the second position down the front straightaway. And now Ty Higginbottom trying to use the outside to his advantage to get past the 17. No, the 17 will hang on to the third position. Not ideal for the 17. That might have caused him to wear the tires a little bit, maybe even some damage. Hopefully not. And so the number 17 Holland College Hurricanes eMotorsports Honda still well and safe there in the third position. Charlie Sears now up to second, so you got the top 2 points guys in the top 2, except you swap them. As Dylan Baum, again, well over now 4 seconds ahead of second place. Now on lap 11 of 100. Oh, Sears going to go spinning through turn 1 into the outside wall. A big drift. He hit the wall with the right rear, but he hangs on. So kind of a save in a way. Oh my gosh. That might be the luckiest thing I've ever seen there, as we are certainly going to go and get a replay of what just happened there. We're going to go practically almost all the way back here. We'll get a chopper angle of what just happened. So Sears now back in the 6th position, but here he is in 2nd. He enters the corner, just barely touched the apron by the looks of it, and then he just loses it with the rear end. Both of the right side tires slap the outside wall. So not ideal again right there, as we're going to replay back one more time here to get an idea right here. Is, my gosh, I'm amazed that didn't turn out any worse for him. That might, again, he's still at the wall, but that might have been one of the saves of the season right there for the number 32, who is still well up there going for it. But my gosh. And because of that, Jason Butler and Jose Mercado are going to move up positions. McCauley back into 2nd, Higginbottom 3rd. That's going to make the racing a little bit closer here for the 2nd position, as Dylan Baum almost 5.5 seconds ahead of Corbin McCauley. And so the number 10 GSG Vinyl 3D car of Jason Butler in the 4th position, looking to make his way up. Looks like Andy Hurdle and Kyle Knoll are going at it back here at the bottom of the top 10. Daniel Cudmore, Mark Ouellette all the way back here in 12th and 13th still. But again, I would have to suspect that, again, with Sears there, both left side tires, it did seem like both of them just barely tapped the yellow line, which again, in these cars, at these fast speeds, I mean, again, almost over 230 miles per hour on average. At least straightaway speed, and then you're letting off into the corners. It wouldn't be surprising one bit if those tires barely just ran over that yellow line, or just kind of tapped against it. Here we go. Jason Butler going to make a dive bomb to the inside of even almost the 17. He may have dove it in just a little bit too much. Higginbottom slid up the track as well. Butler up to 3rd. Jose Mercado really going to make an aggressive move right there to the inside, down the back straightaway. They're going to get back to single file action here. Butler still 3rd. Mercado holding on to 4th. Higginbottom back to 5th. Sears still in 6th. Still patiently waiting behind everyone for something to happen. But a lot of close action, a lot of thrilling racing going on here from about 3rd on back, as it looks like McCauley just seems a little more secure than he was earlier here in the 2nd position. Meanwhile, Dylan Baum is currently just in his own little zone. Again, just continuing to widen the gap, as it might very well become 6 seconds within another 2-3 laps maybe. Meanwhile, back here, it looks like Jason Butler is gaining a run here on the 17. Looked like he was going to try and dive it to the inside. He actually slid up right there. That's going to maybe help Jose Mercado catch up. He's going to get a run down the front straightaway now here on lap 18. Oh my gosh, Mercado being real aggressive right there in behind Butler. And because of that, Ty Higginbottom's going to try to take advantage on the inside. Mercado's going to slide back. Charlie Sears is now going to try get past him. Mercado may have tapped the outside wall there. Mercado falls back to 6th. So McCauley still hanging on to 2nd. Butler 3rd. Higginbottom and Sears up to 4th and 5th. So some interesting action going on here thus far as Jose Mercado continuing to fall back. As Mike Marini almost got into the back of him, almost into the outside wall. I wonder if Mercado might have incurred some potential damage there during all the shenanigans there. But meanwhile, everything now just kind of relaxing here as Baum's still in no man's land. Just enjoying himself. 5.8 seconds ahead of McCauley. Butler still trying to find a run once again in through turn 3, or again, what, turn 4? Lap 19 of 100 now, almost 20 laps into this 250-mile race. The first annual Pocono Dart 250. Live on iRacing. Again, I was saying earlier, Butler looking to earn his first top 5 finish in a while, be a second of the season, if he were to stay here, basically. But even then, maybe a podium finish might be in there as well. He's looked, I mean, again, in practice, he looked pretty fast. Now he's going to dive to the inside of the 17. A nice angle right there as he tries to get past him. And thus he will. The number 10 will go to the second position, as actually he may have slid through the corner right there, as now the 17 is going to get back into the second position on the high side. As there's going to be a lot of pack racing going on here in between 2nd and 5th. Sears is going to jump Higgy for the 4th position. So McCauley right back to where he was as per usual in 2nd place, about half a second ahead of Butler. Again, the number 10 gets some pretty good runs down the straightaways, but in the corners it just seems like that's his weakest point, and that's where the 17 prevails off a corner exit. Back here, it looks like Hunter Young is actually making his way up, trying to make his way up towards the top 5. He's really going to slide up the track, though, and as I'm saying that, CD Magram is going to get really aggressive. Wow, almost contact! Young did indeed make contact with the outside walls. They're going to be side by side for the 6th position. Young might fall back to Mike Marini as well, but might as well keep the cameras going here in between 2nd and 5th, because we still have a lot of close action going on between these guys here. And a little bit of separation there now. There is also as well back here. Looks like Dylan Baum's gap is just kind of remaining stuck now, as it's only about 5.8 seconds. And it's still kind of gaining towards 6 now. But meanwhile, all we can talk about right now here on lap 22 of 100 is the battle between McCauley and Butler for the 2nd position, as I think the 17 just slid up, going through turn 2. So the number 10 might try to take advantage here on the inside. McCauley's going to slide from middle to inside. That's actually going to cause Butler to slide up the track. That might give a run here for Charlie Sears. And thus it will. To the inside of Butler comes the 32. Charlie Sears looking to get onto the podium. Here's the 10, slides up on the outside. Ty Higginbottom might try to take advantage of both drivers here on lap 23. Meanwhile, back here, Hunter Young has fallen back to 8th. CD Magram up to 6th. Mike Marini 7th. So again, this is not ideal for the number 1, who again has been consistent. But again, versus guys like Baum, McCauley, Sears, and even Higginbottom, he's starting to fall back a little bit in the points, and he'll want to be up here with these guys and maintaining consistency at least over them. Like, consistency is good, but you still need to get better results than some of those other guys that you're battling with for that championship. And so Sears is going to take the 3rd position and hang on as Butler falls back to 4th. Higginbottom still remaining in the 5th position. Jose Mercado has fallen all the way back to 13th now. I wonder if he... No one's pitted yet. On lap 24 of 100 now. Bomb's now going to hit 25. So almost a quarter of the way into the first annual Pocono Dart 250. Macaulay has gained a good advantage here over 3rd position. What looks to be about a second and a half as the 17 slides up into the outside wall. Both right side tires, though the right front in particular comes off. Oh my gosh, what an avoidance right there by someone. Caution's out. I wonder if it might have been another apron moment there, but we cannot speculate until we go back and look at the replay as the right front tire has completely come off the 17. He hit the wall hard with both right side tires. But this is going to certainly change things up and help drivers reset after what was kind of a chaotic first 25 laps right there. Corbin Macaulay will now head to his pit box as we are going to get a replay of what just happened with him. As that's a little... Yeah, we might as well start back here and just maybe get kind of an idea of what went on with him. So again, he heads down the front straightaway. All seems well and good. But what's going to be interesting is whenever he goes through turns 1 and 2 here, we'll see, the left front just kind of slid down right there, and then it did touch the apron, and then he just lost it up there. So definitely a loose moment for the 17. Then someone behind him, oh my goodness. That was C.D. Magrum. All right, we'll try to get back a little bit more here. Still learning with this replay stuff. At least the transition's a lot smoother compared to last week. But yeah, just the front end just kind of lost it right there. You could see him really going at it with the wheel. My gosh, C.D. Magrum, I do not know how. I don't know how he was able to avoid that one. We'll get to him eventually. But yeah, front end just goes loose down onto the apron, and then the 17 slides up hard into the outside wall. And then C.D. Magrum, my gosh, absolutely perfect instincts right there. So again, onboard angle here of what happened. Or at least from his vantage point. I really do wonder if there might be some brown underwear in the Magrum there. So the 17 losing it from the rear end right there. Absolutely not ideal for the guy who won the second of the twin races at Iowa last week. Lost the back end, front wheels down on the apron, and then just completely lost it. Nothing he could do. And so that gives us our first caution of the day in iRacing, or of the night here, time-wise. And so here on lap 27 of 100, Dylan Baum has led every single lap thus far. Again, 1 caution, 2 laps under caution so far, 0 lead changes. Again, Baum, the only leader, as was said. Hunter Young actually has the fastest lap so far with a 39.208 on lap 24. On lap 24, 229 miles per hour. Again, I assume that's average speed or something like that. And I just got word that the number 17's damage is not repairable, so the number 17 is officially out of the first annual Pocono Dart 250. Man, oh man. So he'll be the first DNF of tonight's race as the pace car lights come off. So we'll be going green this time by on lap 29 of 100 with well over 70 laps to go in tonight's event. Looking at the weather info here so far, it is indeed a slick track at 41 degrees Celsius track temperature. Partly cloudy skies, humidity at almost 65%. Wind speed is rather lower than it usually tends to be with most races here in the series. But again, Dylan Baum continuing to show his dominance, although I do wonder if that might come to an end here soon as everyone pitted. Everyone pitted there during the replays. Jason Butler, again, has had a very impressive run here so far tonight. Again, qualified 6th, and he's moved his way up to the 2nd position. Really looking to earn his first podium finish of the season, maybe even try to earn his first win. So, nice so far. Nice job so far by the number 10, GSGSG, Vinyl 3D, and Kyle's Fried Chicken. Rolls-Royce, driving for 519E Racing. CD Magram has moved his way up to 3rd after being caught at the behind the top 5 for some time. Ty Higginbottom's 4th. Mike Marini has entered into the top 5. Hunter Young in 6th. He's got the fastest lap so far. So there's some potential there. Just needs to be a little bit more patient as the pace car will roll off. We're back to green on lap 29 with Dylan Baum leading the way as everyone will run down the front straightaway. Baum well over half a second ahead of 2nd place as Jason Butler and CD Magram might get into a battle here for the 2nd position. Back here, Jose Mercado jumps Daniel Cudmore for the 10th position. So not a whole lot going on here. We'll have to just wait until a bunch of guys start getting some good runs here down the straightaways as they get to full speed. Daniel Cudmore into the 10th position. Mark Ouellette drops back to 11th. Charlie Sears back in 12th. So Dylan Baum leading the way there. Butler 2nd. Very interesting camera angle right there. But again, Baum only managing to hang on by just half a second right here. Kyle Nolan and Hunter Young are going to go at it side by side here for the 6th position. Here comes Andy Hurdle trying to move his way up after qualifying towards the bottom of the field. Trying to get that run on the inside. He's going to make his way into the middle in between Young and Knoll. Baum now slowly starting to extend his lead, now 7 to 8 tenths or so. Looks like we might get a battle brewing here for the 3rd position. Maybe. Trying to see if my eyes are deceiving me or not, but it's kind of close. The number 1 and the number 97. Again, we go back to last week in the 2nd of the twin races at Iowa. C.D. Magram and Ty Higginbottom damn near pulled off an incredible pit strategy towards the end where they didn't even pit. They were out for like 70, 80 something plus laps. Meanwhile, McCord McCauley and Dylan Baum chose to pit for fresher tires, and they were catching up fast. But at the same time, it kind of looked as though Magram and Higginbottom, they were able to make it to the end with their strategies. It looked as though they actually had a shot of somehow beating McCauley and Baum, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. Higginbottom still managed to hang on for 2nd. Meanwhile, Magram had to fall back to 4th. So again, they were able to. I mean, to be fair though, it made sense for them to stay out because, quite frankly, every car below the top 4 was 1, 2, or more laps down. I think it was 2 or more laps down for everyone. So in that case, just made sense for them to stay out, I guess. And it certainly did help them, not for the win, but it still gave them good finishes. As Andy Hurdle's going to jump Hunter Young here for the 6th position down the back straightaway, lap 33 of 100. Dylan Baum is 2nd ahead of Jason Butler. C.D. Magram about half a second back. Ty Higginbottom trying to catch up in every way he can. Mike Marini in the top 5 now in his number 12 True North Racing Audi. Again, so far for the number 12, he's been consistent all season. He's got a top 10 finish in every single race. Hasn't earned a top 5 since November 21st at Road America. Oh, there's going to be contact through turn 3 between Andy Hurdle and Mike Marini. Marini's going to slide up into the outside wall. Meanwhile, up here, because of that, Hunter Young is going to try to take advantage here of the number 7. It's all the 7s, the 7, the 77. Oh my gosh, there's going to be a lot of close racing, a lot of checking up back here. I'll be amazed if they don't wreck. Hopefully not. A lot of close quarters action going on here towards the back of the field. Meanwhile, Andy Hurdle and Hunter Young are really going at it for the 5th position. Again, it's pretty much a second pack as everyone else ahead of them. Pretty much separated by what looks to be maybe well over 4 seconds. I think we have about 3 cars or so going at it here as CD Magram's going to try and go up against CD Magram. No, we can't. Look at that right now. We got a lot of pack racing going on back here. Four or 5 cars in a pack together. Almost contact. There is contact. How on earth are they not wrecking? And after contact right there, Hunter Young's going to fall back to the 10th position. Meanwhile, it's still going to be about 4 cars going at it here for what looks to be the 6th position, as they're all going to try and gain a run here on Andy Hurdle. Meanwhile, up here, because of all that, we missed CD Magram jumping up to 2nd over Jason Butler. Ty Higginbottom still hanging on to 4th. Kyle Knoll trying to make a run here on Andy Hurdle. There's the points leader, Charlie Sears, in 7th. Jose Mercado 8th. Mike Marini 9th. Hunter Young still hanging up here in 10th despite the close contact we saw earlier. But a lap ago. But it's about a 6-car battle here going for the bottom of the top 5. Charlie Sears trying to get aggressive here against Kyle Knoll on the outside. Might try to get a beggar exit off here as Knoll slides up the racetrack. Charlie Sears might get the run to the inside. He will. Almost a block by Knoll. Down the back straightaway, Sears is going to drop in behind. As Knoll actually just put his left side tires right on the apron there. He slides through almost successfully. And so he remains in the 6th position. Dylan Baum still extending his lead, now at over 3 seconds. CD Magram in 2nd. Still. I think I had a brain fart there. Jason Butler still in 3rd. Ty Higginbottom 4th. Andy Hurdle 5th. That is your top 5. Meanwhile, Kyle Knoll and Charlie Sears trying to find every run that they can to try and maybe steal a top 5 finish. Again, we're still 12 laps away from halfway through this race, which, yeah, it's been flying by, but at the same time, it's just kind of felt like a long one. Here comes Charlie Sears for the 6th position down on the inside. He will take it and clear the way. Although, actually, because of the slide there, Kyle Knoll's going to get the run down the inside. Sears will take the position on that lap. But a lot of close quarter action going on down the front straightaway. We'll see who has the advantage out of turn 1. Sears outside. Kyle Knoll on the inside. Sears with the advantage. A lot better of an exit for him, at least so far. Although Knoll might have the run to the outside. He tries. That's not going to work. Sears will hang on. Jose Mercado will try to find a run here towards Knoll. Meanwhile, up front, Dylan Baum again, still extending his lead, but it looks like we may have a 3-car battle brewing here for the 2nd position. CD Magram, Jason Butler, and Ty Higginbottom all going at it. Got the battle there, and then you got all these cars going at it back here. or actually, no, that's almost 5 seconds separated between 4th and 5th. So again, 2 championship contenders going at it here for that 5th position. It's Andy Hurdle versus Charlie Sears. On lap 42 of 100 now. Almost 4 seconds for Dylan Baum's lead. Wow, look at that dive bomb that Kyle Knoll takes into turn 1. That's going to cause him to have to brake a little bit and slide up. So he'll remain in the 7th position. So about 2 battles going on here for 5th and for 7th. Meanwhile, up front, still kind of the same thing going on. So we're just going to keep an eye on what's going on back here between Hurdle and Sears. So 4 cars and pretty much almost a log jam. Sears almost had a bit of a slide right there. Almost put the right rear into the outside wall. Kyle Knoll going to make a dive bomb here into turn 2. Sears is still going to have a better exit right there. Through the middle. As Jose Mercado, Mike Marini, and even Hunter Young are all starting to catch up. Even Daniel Cudmore is starting to catch up here as well. So it could be like a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 car battle for the 5th position. Here comes Sears. He will dive it down to the inside through turn 1, and he will get past Andy Hurdle. But I think the 7 might have a better run here because the 32 did have to make a bit of a slide through turn 1 there to get past. So Hurdle will charge back. I think Kyle Knoll might have had a bit of a weird moment there going through turn 2. That's going to maybe help Kyle Knoll there as Mike Marini and Hunter Young going at it right there for the 9th position, lap 45 of 100. We are inching closer and closer to the halfway point of the first annual Pocono Dart 250. Oh, into the outside wall was Kyle Knoll. He goes down towards the apron. A bunch of cars will pass him on the outside. Knoll will drop in back to the 10th position. Still the same drivers in the same positions from 2nd through 4. Dylan Baum leading by 5 seconds. And then back here, Andy Hurdle, Jose Mercado, Mike Marini, Hunter Young, Kyle Knoll, and Daniel Cudmore all going at it. Mark Goulette all the way towards the other side of the front stretch. So 55 laps to go. Dylan Baum still has led every single lap. So again, Dylan Baum, 46 laps led on lap 47 now. He'll be coming to 47 laps led. There's not a whole lot to say as, again, everyone's just kind of staying in the same positions. It looks like 2nd through 4th has slowly closed in on each other, but Magrum, Butler, Higginbottom still remaining in that order. Sears still kind of looking kind of safe right there in the 5th position, but he's got a lot of cars charging in from behind. Andy Hurdle and Jose Mercado looking relatively safe, but Mike Marini and Hunter Young a little closer there. Kyle Knoll has begun to drop back. Daniel Cudmore is going to look to charge at him. beautiful sounds of those engines there, the Dallara IR-01s here on iRacing at the Pocono Raceway. We don't usually do a crank it up for this series. That's on the NASCAR side, but you kind of got an idea right there. So I had to kind of calm down on the talking there and let y'all hear the natural sounds of these beautiful race cars. As there goes Daniel coming past Cudmore. Oh, there's almost contact! Through turns 1 and 2 there was, but Cudmore was able to hang on, and so was Noel. The number 2 to 10th, looking for 2 top 10 finishes in a row. Kyle Noel going to dive to the inside with a run, looking to get past. Looks like he will. Kyle Noel back into the top 10. And we are now officially halfway through the first annual Pocono Dart 250. Half of the 250 miles remaining. Dylan Baum still leading the way, dominating the way, 50 laps led. Things will certainly get interesting if we do end up going for a green flag pit window here, again at some point. Jason Butler still trying with all his might to catch up to Magram and make a battle for second commence, but he hasn't been able to make anything come to fruition as Magram still hangs on to that second position. Meanwhile, back here, about still kind of a 5-car pack charging for that 5th position, which points leader Charlie Steers is still hanging on to. This time, as we are just past halfway through this race, might as well shout out some of these sponsors and partners of the Canadian Motorsports Network and also the Dart Series here on iRacing for Season 2. We'd like to thank Holland Hurricanes, Kyle's Fried Chicken, Rampage Coffee Co., GTR, TrackCams22.com, which provides these cameras that you do see here that really help to give off the professional vibes of a live production, live broadcast here within the Canadian Motorsports Network, again, particularly on iRacing. Piping Kettles Soup Co. and GSGSG Vinyl 3D. So we'd like to thank all of them for being sponsors and partners, and/or partners of the Canadian Motorsports Network and the Dart Series here on iRacing for Season 2. Always welcome to more and more sponsors and partners as, again, whenever we look into 2024, we'll be eyeing Season 5 of the NASCAR series. Hopefully another season of maybe another season there of Formula 1 as well. And again, the Special Events League, whenever we have the time for those races. Again, we remember how kind of successful the Oyster Bed Speedway 250 was at South Boston Speedway back in September. At least successful in terms of driver count and viewership count, but then on the technical side, it was a much different story. But who knows, maybe a short track series gets introduced. Maybe we go back to maybe something's like, again, maybe another 2 hours of Daytona kind of event like we did earlier in the year. But whenever 2024 approaches, we will wait and see on that. Of course, I know for sure a lot of these guys will certainly need a bit of a break whenever we get to the end of this season. Again, only 3 races remain until the Christmas break. I know certainly for myself and Jordy here in the broadcast booth, we will definitely be wanting to get a bit of a break both on our voices and just, focus again on life, and for myself, college as well. But it's nice to know that the first term of my college program is now practically over, so the focus can be here on this, of course. Lap 57 of 100 in the first annual Pocono Dart 250 at Pocono Raceway in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. Dylan Baum still continuing to lead the way in no man's land, as I literally said that earlier. Well over 5.5 seconds ahead of CD Magram, which, by the way, yeah, second through fourth is still kind of in practically the same logjam, the same distance between each other. The 110 and 97 still remaining in their positions. Meanwhile, back here, not a whole lot has changed as well, but it's still another logjam between fifth and about eighth, as Hunter Young has started to fall back. Kyle Knoll has fallen back here as well. Looks to be about 7 seconds behind Hunter Young. Daniel Cudmore in behind him. Mark Gouleth about over 10 seconds behind the two. And into the wall was the 77 of Hunter Young off of turn one. Slapped the wall with the right rear by the looks of it. Here on lap 58. And still, again, no sign of a green flag pit window at any time just yet. As we will be shortly coming to 40 laps to go in tonight's event. It appears as though, unfortunately, Jordy Carraher was never able to figure out his technical gremlin, so it looks as though it'll continue to be a one-man show just like it was last week. Oh my gosh, Hunter Young again almost into the outside wall. He had a bit of a handful right there coming off of turn one. Again, with between Magram and Butler, it just seems like the 10 inches ever so closer, and then he just doesn't. So a lot of inconsistency going on there. Oh, there we go. Green flag pit window looks to be underway now, as Dylan Baum will be the first to enter the pit lane. So this will certainly make things interesting, as Kyle Knoll is also going to come down pit road. A pair of rookies again coming from the NASCAR series back in season 4. Baum with a 10.58. Kyle Knoll, on the other hand, is going to get a... Okay, this might be due to damage. He's well over 15 seconds now, as here comes CD Magram onto the pit lane on lap 62 of 100. Kyle Knoll still in his pit box for quite some time. I don't know for sure if that's either due to repairs or a potential penalty. I would think repairs, because he has definitely had some moments throughout the race so far. Magram going to come out with a 10.4. And so Jason Butler is going to gain some extra points here for himself in the point standings. He will lead a lap. As now Charlie Sears will make his way down the pit lane. So will Andy Hurdle. Again, these two guys have been pretty close over the last couple laps here tonight. Kyle Knoll finally making his way off. 60 seconds, so basically a minute long pit stop. And don't you just love the realism here where we have cars floating in mid-air in their pit boxes, because that is super realistic. And by the sounds of it, we might have a guy, a certain person in particular, that might actually be good now. Don't know for sure, but we'll see. Or maybe not. I can tell the guy's trying. He's certainly trying. Do we have a copy?
We'll try.
All right, so it took some time, but it looks as though the man has finally figured his situation out behind the scenes. The color the color commentator, Jordy Kerr. I mean, yes, 64 laps in, but I mean, hey, you're here. That's what matters.
Yeah, amazing what happens when you decide that the next course of action is to unplug the access point in your office and then plug it back in. Literally everything else I had tried, but not that. And yeah, now we are absolutely soaring here.
Dylan Baum certainly was before you came in, but then he recently just made his pit stop right there. But judging by when everyone else cycles through, Jose Mercado still leading. Ty Higginbottom now in pit road. Mercado will still have to pit, but CD Magrum and Dylan Baum again separated by about, it might be like 7 seconds or somewhere close to that realm. So whenever Mercado and Higginbottom cycle through, then it's pretty much going to be right back to normal. And a bunch of drivers will probably be praying for a caution. But again, though, it just, unless the number 3 has some sort of issue at some point, tonight more than likely is probably going to be his race. But again, we've seen with a couple other good drivers, including Corbin McCauley, trying getting into the slick corners and then losing the rear end. A lot of guys have been sliding through these corners. I mean, again, we look at the weather info here. 41 degrees Celsius track temperature. It is slick and sunny out here, so it's been amazing that the number 3's been able to handle himself well so far, especially with the rough luck that he faced before the Iowa doubleheader last week. Oh, and as we were saying that, caution!
All right, what's happened here? Certainly, I was going to say, was that Mercado trying to make his way out, or what's going on here? Yeah, that's the 9.
So, would that be... Did he run out of fuel?
It could well be that.
As again, I think we just lost Jordy again. We had him for a little bit there, but I think, just judging by what I'm seeing here on the replay, I'm going to only imagine that Mercado ran out of fuel and that just the caution had to be thrown there. Because again, I look at everywhere else and it seems like nothing happened. So I'm going to safely assume that the caution is because of Jose Mercado running out of fuel, which is absolutely not ideal. Might be able to get word here behind the scenes. And so, again, I'm just going to safely assume that that was indeed because Jose Mercado ran out of fuel. So that's going to certainly make things interesting here when we come to the final 30 laps of tonight's event. And so we're going to see who's going to come down the pit lane. Dylan Baum is going to, CD Magrum, Ty Higginbottom, Jason Butler will... It looks as though a couple guys are going to stay out, including Mark Ouellette, Daniel Cudmore, and Charlie Sears. So certainly some interesting action going on there. We'll see how everyone does here down the pit lane. And so after all those pit stops under this caution flag, from what I can tell, Dylan Baum's still off of the pit lane first there, here on lap nice out of 169. Charlie Sears leading the way, Dylan Baum second, Andy Hurdle third, C.D. Mangrum fourth, Ty Higginbottom fifth, Jason Butler sixth, Mike Marini seventh, Hunter Young eighth, Mark Ulenin. Yeah, there he goes. He's going to go past the pace car now. Kyle Knoll at one lap down. Jose Mercado is at 2 at the back of the field there. The pace car lights are off with Charlie Sears leading the way. We're going to be going green with 30 laps to go in the first annual Pocono Dart 250. And so now, with Dylan Baum not leading the way, this will certainly make things interesting here. I really do wonder if maybe Baum might finally be caught by these guys, or maybe, just maybe, he'll shoot past Sears on the restart and then just kind of get away. We will have to wait and see. And so, coming off the final corner, the pace car will roll off onto the pit lane. Here we go. Green flag waving. Charlie Sears gets the jump. They're kind of jamming it up back here, as I think Jason Butler had a very poor start. Hunter Young's going to try and take advantage. So will Jose Mercado. I thought we were going to go 3 wide right there. That would have been very bad. It looks as though everyone's going to make it through just fine. Charlie Sears leading the way. Remember, Sears and Baum, these two have certainly had their fair share of battles throughout the season. Remember Canadian Tire Motorsport Park as, wow, Sears high up the track. There's a car in the outside wall back there as well. But Baum's going to dive it down in the inside in turn 3. He will slide up the track. That might actually help Sears have the run down the front straightaway. But clearing the way is Andy Hurdle's going to be aggressive as well. A lot of aggressive racing here for the race lead. Here comes Andy Hurdle for the second position as Baum gets past, at least back past Sears. Andy Hurdle and C.D. Mangrum are going to get really close there for the third position. Baum and Sears swinging back and forth there. The number 3 making sure the 32 does not get a run back on him. Apologies for that loop right there. There was some issues going on there behind the scenes. Apparently a driver having unnecessary black flags had to clear that. So Hunter Young is all good. Anyways, lap 74 of 100. Dylan Baum leading the way by 3/10 over Charlie Sears. This time around, it seems like he's not getting fully away just yet. Charlie Sears still trying to remain close. There's Andy Hurdle in third. Jason Butler again. He and Kyle Knoll are side by side, even though Knoll is a 1 lap down. Again, Butler was running within the podium positions there for some time, and then finally, Lady Luck hit him with something there on that last restart. Just didn't get the start he needed, and that caused him to drop back to 6th now. That has him outside the top 5. Ty Higginbottom is practically almost 3 seconds ahead, so the number 10 will have to figure something out or hope that something comes together for him. As here we go, the 3 and the 32 are going to battle side by side for the race lead with 25 laps to go. Oh my gosh, we got a 4-car battle going on here. CD Magram's going to jump up a couple spots. Ty Higginbottom's going to do a couple maneuvers around there. We got a 6-car for 5-car battle going on here for the top spot. CD Magram's going to steal the first position. Ensue the gif of Will Ferrell saying, well, that escalated quickly. Because holy moly, did that ever escalate quickly. CD Magram all the way to the race lead out of nowhere. If he ends up hanging on to that first position, that might be the move of the race, because holy moly. Here comes Charlie Sears on the high side over Andy Hurdle for the 3rd position. He will hang on. CD Magram and Dylan Baum swinging across the track. Magram trying to make sure Baum doesn't get a run. But it is a 6-car logjam as Jason Butler is actually caught up here as well. Or no, it's still top 5. What am I counting wrong here? Okay, that's a lap car. That's Jose Mercado. I was wondering what was going on there, but it's pretty much a 5-car logjam as here comes Sears on the outside. Andy Hurdle's going to dive it in 3 wide. It was almost 3 wide as Dylan Baum had to drop back there. That was probably a smart move, but the number 3, who's been dominant all race, has now dropped back to the 4th position. CD Magram still remaining in 1st. Charlie Sears up to 2nd. Andy Hurdle in 3rd. Ty Higginbottom trying to approach and make this an even bigger battle. Holy cow, what action we are witnessing here as we are quickly approaching 20 laps to go in the Pocono Dart 250, the first annual one here within the Dart Series. Andy Hurdle, Charlie Sears side by side for the 2nd position. They're both going to be charging after the number 1. Magram slides all the way down to the inside, making sure the cars behind him don't get a run. Here comes Hurdle, diving it down to the inside again of Sears for the 2nd position. He slides up the track, almost contact. Hurdle's going to hang on for that 2nd position. CD Magram leading by about 3/10. Oh yeah, look at those cars. Everyone diving to the inside to make sure they still have that run, the draft off the back end of the number 1. Here comes Dylan Baum to the inside of Charlie Sears for the 3rd position. Sears will try to keep advantage. Better corner exit through the middle groove. He will. Andy Hurdle quickly approaching the back end of the number 1 as Sears slides up through the middle groove, middle to high groove there through turn 3. 20 laps to go. Andy Hurdle's getting the run to the inside. He comes against the number 1. Charlie Sears will try to take advantage as well. Andy Hurdle is going to clears. Wow, what a slide right there from Sears. Magram back to the inside. Side by side for the race lead down the back straightaway. In through turn 2. They're side by side for 3rd as well. Dylan Baum trying to block Charlie Sears off. Sears slides up the track once again. Maybe trying to have better corner exit. But CD Magram holding on to the lead. This is a much different race compared to what we were seeing earlier. Dylan Baum absolutely dominating. But now drivers such as Magram, Hurdle, Sears, and Higginbottom have made the jump. They have taken advantage. But now they're all together here going for the race lead and the race win. And a lot of these guys are close in the points as well. Again, looking at the points. Again, Sears in fourth. He's the points leader. Dylan Baum's in third. He's second in points. Magram is third in points, and he's leading the way. Andy Hurdle in second. He's fifth in points. Ty Higginbottom's fifth. He's fourth in points. Side by side for the race lead. Here comes Andy Hurdle down the inside. Slides up a little bit. Magram with the better corner right there through the middle groove. He's going to hang on. But here comes a run from Dylan Baum to the high side. He'll try to take advantage of Andy Hurdle. Hurdle tries to take advantage of Magram. Magram's going to clear. Almost side by side for second. Dylan Baum trying to use the high side. He will. Hurdle's going to drop back. The number 3 now back up to second place. He'll look to make a charge up against the number 1. We are quickly approaching 15 laps to go as here comes the number 3, Dylan Baum to the inside of CD Magram. He will take the race lead back and try to keep it for good once again. Diving it all the way down to the inside. Magram going to get in behind. He's going to have a big run down the back straightaway. And it's not going to come to fruition right there as they're almost side by side. Andy Hurdle, Charlie Sears going at it for the third position. The 32 will try to clear. High to middle groove. Sears will clear. Andy Hurdle drops back. Here comes Ty Higginbottom looking for that fourth position. Side by side for second, it's Charlie Sears versus CD Magram. Sears with the advantage in the middle groove, which has been his shining area so far through the corners. Sears will try to gain a run here on Baum, 2/10 back. They'll be coming to 15 laps to go this time by. This race is not even close to over yet. We could still very well have a caution at any point here because of how close this racing is. And as a matter of fact, back here, it looks like some guys are starting to catch up to the front guys. Jason Butler, Mike Marini, Hunter Young are starting to approach. We might have an 8-car battle for the win here very, very soon. Coming to 14 laps to go now as Dylan Baum still continuing to lead the way. He's not able to get far away though as Charlie Sears still has much of the draft right here. Wow, he's going to get very... Again, 2 cars trying to take advantage of him there between Magram and Andy Hurdle. I'm about losing my voice here. My gosh. A very close quarter action as they're going to be... Oh my gosh, what a slide right there from Mike Marini, who's going to drop in behind Jason Butler and Hunter Young. And as I was saying, it's looking like an 8-car battle for the win, even though it's technically not... Oh my gosh, contact! Kyle Nolan, Jason Butler, they're able to keep going. Oh, and into the wall! Caution! Jason Butler and Hunter Young get together down the back straightaway. Caution on the speedway. That was bound to happen at some point. I'm surprised it didn't happen up towards the front of the pack. But on lap 88 of 100, we are going to get a restart late in this first annual Pocono Dart 250. But Jason Butler and Hunter Young get together down the back straightaway. Oh my gosh. So let's see here. Butler did kind of come down there, but it seemed like Young may have come up as well. I'm going to go back just a little bit more here, about maybe a lap ahead, just to kind of maybe get a better idea right here. So from the chopper angle, again, these two are fighting close quarters. Look at that close call right there as Mike Marini slid back. Almost contact between the right side tires of him and Butler's left side. But now as they head down the front stretch, we'll see right here between Butler and Young into turns 1 and 2. Look at that contact right there with Kyle Knoll. Yeah, I would say Butler came down on that one and then ramping right over the 77. And thus, we're going to get a restart here late in this one. This is going to certainly heat things up. I would estimate maybe 8 lap shootout to solve the first annual Pocono Dart 250. Dylan Baum still leading the way. I mean, again, he's led 72 of the 88 laps here so far. Interesting call here from CD Magram, who's going to... Oh, no, he decided not to come down pit road. Daniel Cudmore will, though. So that's going to certainly make things interesting here. Pace car light's still on, so I would say we're probably going to get a restart with, I think, 9 laps to go, actually. I think I did my math wrong there, so... It's looking like probably a 9-lap shootout to the end. And judging by the leaderboard here, it looks as though Jason Butler and Hunter Young are both out of the race. So 10 cars remain. With Kyle Knoll 1 lap down, Jose Mercado at 2. So things just got interesting here in Long Pond, Pennsylvania, in the Pocono Mountains at Pocono Raceway. It's going to be, I would say, based on pure speed, pure pace, it's going to be a 6-7 car battle for the win. If everyone's able to have almost an equal restart here, again, not like kind of what happened with Jason Butler earlier, who kind of had a bit of a screw up, and then he fell back from, what was it, 3rd or 4th, back to 6th. Again, after earlier in the race having the speed for a potential podium finish, maybe even a runner-up, arguably a win. But again, Dylan Baum's earlier dominance, he'll look to gain that back here on this restart, but we have seen guys finally find some speed and be able to match him or even be better than him. Again, Charlie Sears, CD Manger, Andy Hurdle, Ty Higginbottom. It's those 4 guys that are really just going at it right there. And then Mike Marini is just kind of quietly in behind them, just waiting for something to happen. Again, Daniel Cudmore did come down pit road, so I do wonder if he might have an advantage against some of these guys, which would be certainly interesting if he's willing to go for it. Again, we all know Daniel Cudmore, the series founder, network and series founder and owner. We know how much of a conservative guy he is in his number 2 Alpha Flow racing car. So, again, we'll have to wait and see what happens. As the pace car lights are going to turn off, we will be going green this time by 9 laps to go in tonight's event. Dylan Baum and Charlie Sears back together. Remember, those guys have come together many times in the past. Not incident-wise, but they've had their battles. Again, Canadian Tire Motorsport Park was absolutely thrilling. Had it not been for a mistake by Sears, we would have seen a potential final lap. We would have seen a whole final lap anarchy. We only got half of it. CD Magram, Andy Hurdle, and Ty Higginbottom all still have yet to win a race. I mean, yeah, it's pretty much everyone remaining. Like, Dylan Baum has won, Charlie Sears has won, and then everyone else still has yet to get a win. That's one driver, actually, now I just realized did not show up tonight, was the number 64, Darcy Ford. He's another guy that has won this season, but is not participating tonight. And then there's Corbin McCauley, who again was eliminated early in the race after getting loose in turn 1 and hitting the outside wall hard. And so, 9 laps to decide this one. Dylan Baum more than likely will try to get the jump on the restart here. But again, with a bunch of cars behind him that start to slowly gain on him throughout the night, or as we say on iRacing, throughout the day. Well, here we go. The green flag is waving. Dylan Baum certainly got the jump on the restart right there. Green flag. CD Magram's going to get a jump here on Charlie Sears for the second position. He'll try to use the middle to high groove here against him. Trying to get a better corner exit. He won't. Sears is going to have the advantage, but Magram's going to have a huge run right here. Dylan Baum already half a second ahead. So again, we'll wait and see what's going to happen up against the number 3. And again, Baum going for what would be his 4th win of the season. He hasn't won since October 24th at Canadian Tire, which we were talking about earlier. So we'll just have to wait and see what's going to happen here. Charlie Sears will be able to catch up to him. Here's a battle for the 3rd position. Well, there it was initially, as Andy Hurdle's going to jump CD Magram for the 3rd position. Daniel Cudmore not trying to be as conservative now as he is here in the 7th position up against Mark Ouellette. Jose Mercado to the inside, even though he's 2 laps down. Jose Mercado slides up the racetrack. Cudmore luckily able to get in front of him and avoid any potential carnage. Looks like Sears is ever so slightly approaching as he is trying to keep in the draft of Dylan Baum, trying to gain a run. 4/10 separating them. Andy Hurdle and CD Magram will more than likely be able to catch up as well, using the run of everyone in front of each of them. But it's looking like it's probably going to be about a 3-4 car battle so far. Ty Higginbottom might be able to find something that these guys really getting close. There's Sears. He's about a 10th behind. Andy Hurdle approaching as well. Right now it's a 3-car log jam. It might become 4 eventually. But look at the crisscross applesauce going on all over the place here between these top guns here. 6 laps to go in the Pocono Dart 250. I mean, yeah, why not get the onboard here, as look at that outside run that Charlie Sears is going to get. Side by side. Well, it was side by side for the race lead, but Dylan Baum with the advantage. So it is going to be a 5-car battle here, as there to the inside is Charlie Sears. He's going to slide up, though. Dylan Baum still leading the way. Up the high side against Andy Hurdle is CD Magram. They're going to be side by side for the race lead. It's a pack race down the front straightaway. Who's going to have the advantage? Off of turn 1. Sears slides up. Dylan Baum with a more consistent line through turn 1. Dive bomb by Andy Hurdle. There's a dive bomb by Dylan Baum as well with 5 laps to go. Ty Higginbottom approaching him behind. These guys here. CD Magram with a massive block against Andy Hurdle. He's going to slide up the racetrack. That's going to give Andy Hurdle a huge run into turn 3. Side by side for that final podium position. Not anymore. CD Magram's going to clear the way. So falling back now is 3rd on back. So it's looking like just a 2-car battle now. To the inside is Charlie Sears for the race lead. He's going to take it. Looks like he actually had a bit of a handful there. He's going to slide up the racetrack. Somehow not in the wall. Dylan Baum back to the inside. He's going to cross him over. Side by side down the back straightaway. Baum's going to clear him on the inside. A bunch of separation back here now as Magram, Hurdle, and Higginbottom all now separated by a decent distance. Now it's become a 2-car battle with 4 laps to go. We're coming to 3 to go. The number 3 leading over the number 32. Sears had the run there going into turn 1, but he's going to maintain position in behind. And at this point, we have to be aware that if a caution comes out, the race is over. So these guys are really going to be hoping that we're able to go green the rest of the way. But here comes Charlie Sears up against Dylan Baum. CD Magram starting to catch up once again now. Andy Hurdle might not have enough time, but we'll have to wait and see. We're coming to 2 laps to go. Look at that swing that Dylan Baum is doing, trying to make sure Sears doesn't get the draft. 2/10 separating them. Here's Andy Hurdle getting past CD Magram for the 3rd position. Lots of points up for grabs here for the championship contenders. CD Magram almost into the outside wall. He maybe even tapped it. but a tenth separating the 3 and the 32. They're going to be coming to the white flag here through turn 3, or what turn 4 is Andy Hurdle's trying to maybe find something against these two. Here we go. They're swinging back and forth down the front straightaway. White flag is out. Final lap. Oh my gosh, Sears with the run on the high side. He's going to dive it down to the inside in turn 1. He's going to clear him, but he's going to slide up. That's going to give the run here to Dylan Baum. Andy Hurdle might try to get a run too, if these two to get together. Baum to the outside down the back straightaway. Sears on the inside. There's going to be contact. Baum goes around hard at the outside wall. They're going to crash. Heading into turn 3. Sears got into the back of Dylan Baum. And off the final corner, it's going to be Charlie Sears winning the first annual Pocono Dart 250 at Pocono Raceway. 3 wins in 4 races. Holy cow, we saw carnage there on the final lap. But you can see it here as they come through turn 2. Yeah, again, to me, it looks like Sears definitely slid up. Again, in this post-race interview we're going to have with him, we'll get a better idea of his angle of it. And thus, with all that being said, let's toggle through the unofficial results of tonight's first annual Pocono Dart 250. Charlie Sears, the number 32 Chevrolet, will earn the win. That's 3 wins within 4 races. And again, if I look at the statistics here, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's going to be 5 wins on the season for the 32. So he'll certainly be extending his points lead. Andy Hurdle and Ty Higginbottom are going to round out the podium. Mike Marini and Daniel Cudmore both earning top 5 finishes. Absolutely impressive, especially from the number 2 who got a top 10 last week. Again, he was many laps down, but he still prevailed and was able to put that statistic up despite an early incident. Mark Roulette with a 6th place finish, not too shabby for him, taking advantage of a bunch of other cars dealing with trouble all day, or if we go off of real life, all night. Dylan Baum, unfortunately, will not win the race. He finishes in 7th with that hard crash on the final lap. CD Mangrum also getting collected 1 lap down in 8th. Jose Mercado in 9th. It does sound like Jose Mercado and Kyle Noel might have had an incident themselves, so we might look back and see what happened with them. They still round out the top 10, and then we increase the field. Jason Butler 11th, Hunter Young 12th, and Corbin McCauley will round out the field in the 13th and the final position.